All right, perfect. So today we're going to be taking a look at Live EDA. And Live EDA is now a module within Enterprise. Not all of our Enterprise clients will have Live EDA. It's really a specific tool that's geared towards corporations, industries, government entities that have that leverage Enterprise for document review, and they can tie directly into their data, live data and archive data. And that data has been indexed, it can be searched, it can be culled within Live EDA, and then streamed into review. So the Live EDA module is available in Enterprise. You can get to it either by clicking the module here or the hamburger icon. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. Now, every case in Enterprise does not have to be tied to Live EDA. We have many more cases in this instance of Enterprise than we have review cases than we have Live EDA cases. So you're going to come to this landing page and you're going to select the case. So when you're setting up your Live EDA case, you can set it up to either connect to all of your data points, or you can specify specific custodians. It's just going to depend on the client's specific workflow. So I'm interested to find out how that's working out for our existing clients. Andy's working with a client now. The problem with setting up your Enterprise case, when you create your Live EDA case, if you limit to certain custodians or certain data points, then you're limited in what you're going to see in the interface. So you might miss something, is what I'm saying, when you're going out and you're searching for data that you're going to end up putting into review. So when we open up Live EDA, this is the first screen that we're going to see. And to me, it looks like Outlook. A very familiar page here for users. And here I have where I can manage my tags, promote data, and run tag reports. Those are the first three tabs you're going to see. We're going to come back to those. Below that, you can see that I have a couple of saved searches here. When you save a search, the only thing you have to do is create it, and then you can rename it. And those will be active for you until you delete them or get rid of them just by clicking this X. You can open up a new search session just by clicking the plus icon, and you can see I have all of my data points selected. These are the data points that are associated with this matter. I have Archive, Archive Exchange, Live Mail, Live Slack, Live Teams, and OneDrive. Again, all of this data is indexed and searchable. I can choose or deselect a specific data point just by clicking on it. I can select all of my data points to search. And then also down here, you'll see search automatically. So this will filter automatically. When I run a filter or run a search, I'm running those searches automatically. Down at the bottom, you'll see this teeny tiny little arrow. If I click on that, this gives me a number of other filter options. And you can see language, path. And if I pop open, then I can just quickly see the percentage of documents I have in different languages. And then I can select. And you can see it's loading my data immediately. And so when I unselect, it's going to bring me back to my full data set. And we won't go through all of these, but this is just one more way that you can further filter your data. At the bottom here, you can see I have these icons for posts. That's going to be your Slacks and Teams files. Those are loose files that you might find on OneDrive, or if you have some other data sources such as shared networks. Messages, those are going to be email messages. Attachments, and OneDrive. And here I have all of my files selected. So if I select just messages, again, it's just going to filter automatically because I have that search automatically on there. So I'm just going to go back and click all, and you can see my data set is 44,518 documents. This is just a sample data set. Corporations will have, or businesses would have definitely more than that in their data. Up here at the top, I have my quick search and my search options. Before we go through searching, I do want to point out this icon, and this is how you can customize what your setup looks like here on this page. So I have opted to highlight my search terms, and then I can select my page format. So pagination or infinite scrolling. If you go infinite scrolling, then you have all of your data on one big scrollable page here. So you can see this has changed a little bit. I'm going to switch back to pagination. And then you can see I'm on page 1 of 2226. In my view format, I have tabular, but I can click summary, and you can see how that changes. I get a little bit of a summary on my data. And then my page size, you can change that here. My preview, I have no preview. I can do inline preview, or one popular is the side panel. So here it's going to give me a little preview of the documents as I'm scrolling through them. In my side panel, I have the preview. This is exactly what the document looks like in its native format. I can look at the properties at a glance, audits, and tags. So you can see this document was tagged twice and the actions were comments. So also in my preview, I can select if I want properties to be the default. So now you can see this properties tab is first. When I click on another document, that's what I'm going to see is the properties instead of the preview. So I prefer preview. I have my language options here, my date format, and my time format options here. And down at the bottom, I can add a comment to any document that I like by filling in this area here. And then I have my tags. So may have any questions just about the parts of Live EDA. All right. So what can I do in Live EDA? The point of Live EDA is to search your documents, preview them, cull down only what you need to stream into review for your review team to look at. So the first way you can do that is you can, like I said, you can select your data sources. So I can unselect if I know that I don't need my archive data. And then I can search my custodians. So right now I'm looking for custodians in all of my data locations, and I can unselect there, and it's going to tell me how many custodians I have. When I select my archive, you can see that jumps up to the big number of 13. Of course, you would have hundreds and hundreds, potentially thousands of custodians. And I can filter on my custodians here. So I can just type part of a name, I can select my custodian, and I can apply a new selection for one custodian. So now I'm going to be searching in my single custodian here. I'm going to turn that side panel off. Give us more real estate. So at the top here, I can also sort by date, name, owner, size, and path. In my display here, I can show tags, last comment, PCI, PII, or PCI. So you can see I don't have any documents in this search result that have any of those tags. So let's go back and look at our full data set after we've done those custodians. I've showed you how to do the custodians. And let's just look at our searches. Search options. So I can do a quick search here, and if I type in the term peace, I click my magnifying glass. So now you can see all of my search results. I have 516 here. If I want to clear that search, I have two options. I can backspace and run the search again, and it's going to run a blank search, and I'm back at my full data set. Alternatively, I could have come here and click clear search. In addition to my quick search bar, I have this drop down. I can search only messages, IMs, files, and I can do a federated search or an advanced search. So if I open up messages, this is going to be all of my emails. And I've chosen all of my data locations, so that's where it's going to be searching. And in these tabs here, I can search the message, so I can type fiddle. I can't type. So here's my word root match. I can't ever say that. And if you hover over, it gives you a little information about it. So it automatically enables stemming. So if I search for peace, it's going to search for any variation of the word peace. So the sample is organization. So if I search for organize, it's also going to return terms like organization. Here's a phrase match. So if I type in peace officers and I click phrase match, it's going to return these documents that has peace officers in them. And then an exact match as well. So my exact match is only on non-case sensitive, and it's going to exactly match the search. I can also do a sender match. So again, here I can type in, if I type in Acres Noble, then that's going to run a search for any document that contains the phrase peace officers and the sender matches Acres or Noble. If I do this, then it's going to run a sender match for documents from Acres and Noble. You don't have to put your and or operators in there. And the same with any recipients. Words that are on or names that are on one line will have an and operator between them. And when they're separated, it'll be an or operator. It's the same for all of these. So, and I can also do body contains here. And then I can do my date ranges here. We won't go through all of these. And then my item types. So even though I'm searching messages, as you know, you can have appointments, tasks, and notes within Outlook. So I can search any or all of those. Sometimes appointments are difficult to search for. I like this feature here. And then personal subject matches. That's for group-wise messages. And the category contains also. So it's going to be one that any item that contains a term. So then I can go to audit. So if a document has been audited, I can match those. So this is helpful sent for printing, especially for cases. I worked on a lot of cases where company secrets were being stolen by a former employee, and they wanted to know, what did they print before they left the company? Were they printing vast amounts of documents? This is a great feature. You can go out and look for documents from a certain custodian that were sent for printing, and there you have it. You can search the attachments for these items. So even though I'm searching messages, I can also search for their attachments. So if I'm looking for something specific for this message search with an attachment with specific language, I can do proximity searches as well. That's really helpful. And then I can search for tags. We're going to talk about tags in just a moment. I can also search for comments. So these are the comments that individual users of Live EDA would put in. So this is helpful if you're going to have use similar, if you decide what types of comments are you going to be putting in so they can be easily searchable. And then I can search for classification. I don't have, well, I don't believe in this data set. I have PCI, PHI, or PII. But if I wanted to, then I could search individually and search for PCI, and I can set my confidence score to bring back. Now, in our upgrade that's coming out, not this next one, but it's an upcoming feature, we'll be able to run searches for one search for PCI, PII, and PHI all in the same search. So let's just go back and run this search and see if I come up with anything. Oh, I don't have audit data. Let's see. We'll just run another search. Nothing like live training, is there? Live training on live data. So IM search and files, they run the same way. We won't spend a lot of time in those anytime. We'll look at them. But you can see my posts, the attachments, the audits and tags. It all runs the same way. And I didn't point out before, but this box is checked to automatically escape reserved characters, so you don't have to use those wildcards. Whoop, and then the same with files. So I have my file search, my audit, my tags. Let's go to federated search. This is my favorite search. It's going to search all the documents that I have selected, all the documents that are here in my viewer. So I can search subject file name. So that will, the subject and file name search in federated search will search for the subject or file name for emails and any loose documents, including attachments. So I'm just going to do our piece. And again, I can do all of my other searches. And here's where my regex is. So I have a drop down here, and I think, and Mika, correct me if I'm wrong, but the regex can be customized if a customer requests it. Is that correct?
That's a good question. Let me get back to you guys, actually.
Well, or it may be coming in an upcoming release, but I think that it can be. So if your company has, specific, if you use invoice numbers or, something that's important to the company where you want to be able to locate those files quickly, I believe that can be customized. So you don't have to write out the regex here. You can, and then, so for credit card, you can see all of these are here, and Social Security number USA. And then if you have a document ID, so a document management system, you can put that in here as well. So let's just run this search right quick. So here's my 39 documents. So what can I do with these documents after I've searched for them? Well, I can come and I can pop it open and look and see the preview. I have a really slow training system. Our training environment is pretty slow, but it's going to be slow because it is live index data. And so I can come through and I can look at my data and I can see as I'm scrolling through my data and I'm looking at it and I see, well, Steve Pritchett is, I'm seeing his name a lot here. He's the owner of these. But then I also see Katrina Kinney. So, and she's got something on her calendar. So maybe I need to go back and look at Katrina Kinney's calendar, or I need to look more in depth at her data. And then I can go back and I can create another search and then pull in that Katrina Kinney data. And then I can also come in here and do a federated search, and I can just run a contains, and we can see maybe real estate. So I want to look for the exact phrase real estate and the exact phrase foreign. Mexico and Central America. And I can run this search. I'm not going to limit it to custodians. And so you can see all of my terms are highlighted here. If I want to see how many are just loose files, none are, so I can go back to my all. And you can see I've got my icon here. So it looks like it's all going to be OneDrive. And then what can I do with this data? If I look at it and I'm happy with what I have, and I'm going through and previewing it, now I can tag my documents. And I know that we're working on the workflow of how best to promote data and keep up with the promotion. So our latest workflow is I can come in and I can select all and unselect all, or I can come in and tag certain files. So if I'm previewing these documents and I'm the general counsel or I'm a paralegal, I can say, well, these documents are all privileged. So now you can see once I've selected documents, my comments tab is open, so I can put my comment there. My comments are applied once I hit that icon, and I can also tag my documents. So my tags are all available for me to select. So I can tag that tag those as priv, and then I can display my tags. And I don't know why my tags are not displaying properly. Something to look into. And then I can also go through and select the documents that I want. And I'm just going to do a small subset so we can hopefully get the report before time is up. So now I'm going to tag my documents. And I can see more tags here. So I'm going to just select promote candidate here. And I'm tagging them as promote. And then I'm going to run a new federated search. I'm going
Why did that pop-up say remove tag promote? Were those documents already promoted?
Possibly.
Interesting.
Let's
So
see.
you can unpromote something?
Well, I didn't promote them. I only tagged them for promotion.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I only tagged them this promote tag. Let's see. So let's manage tags. We're just going to create a new tag. So instead of promote, I'm just going to put today's date. This is the way I prefer to do it. So I've created my new tag. So let's say I've selected all the documents that I want to promote from my search. And then I'm going to tag my documents. There we go. So it's applying the tag. So in order to promote data, I need to create a saved search, or I need to create a search, and it has to be a federated search. So I'm going to look for my tags, the tag I just created, the documents I just tagged, create search. This is a little disjointed. I apologize, you all. Things aren't working the way I expected them to.
No, this
It
is
doesn't
good.
look disjointed to us.
Yeah.
So now I have my 5 documents isolated, and now I can promote data. Oh, did I click promote list? Promote.
So this is like the first time I'm ever seeing live EDA in action.
I think
And
I'm accidentally promoting all the data. Oh no, here we go.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's really cool.
So now I can skip any documents that I have tagged for privileged. So I don't have to accidentally. I selected another tab, but it's 22 documents. So now 22 documents in the tab that I specified, and it's going to skip the privileged documents. And that's it. I was hoping it would go quick. Sometimes it goes quicker than others. And you'll receive an email confirmation letting you know when it's finished. And then I can't get back out to ECM review while this is promoting. But in ECM review, there are field values that are available that'll let you know when a document was loaded, the date and time that it was promoted from live EDA. So, and also just because you have live EDA doesn't mean this is the only way you can get data into your data set. You might get data from a third party. So you can still stream data in through self-service and media manager. And then of course also load files through Eclipse admin. This is just one way that, or this is a way that clients can control the data that's being processed and streamed into review. Any questions? This looks like it's not going to finish. We're at 10 o'clock or noon, 10 o'clock on your all's time.
No, I don't have any questions, but this is really great. Like Julie said, this is kind of my first time seeing live EDA in action too. And I think, this is super, super helpful to kind of bring context to it all and kind of see how it actually works. So now it'll make a little more sense when I hear people talking about it. And yeah, this is really good. And any question that I had, you answered in the training. So no, this was really good. Thank you, Paula.
Yeah, things don't always go as planned in live EDA training. So I hope you all didn't notice. I know Mika noticed every little thing.
No, it was good. I mean, but
Oh.
like I said, it was my first time.
That's perfect.
It looks like you've been training this for years, so I think
Yeah.
just great job.
Have I not been doing it for years?
It was awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, you have. So yeah, that was great. I learned a lot from that too. So thanks for.
I'm not trained yet in it, so that's
You
so
did
Also, I'm
amazing.
archiving this video till the end of time.
Yes.
Yes.
So I can come watch it about 10
This
more
is a
times.
rough one. I'll redo it once everything is once the upgrade rolls out. I'll redo it. Don't save this one. This was a rough one.
It could be dry run until we have the other video ready. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. It was really great.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
all. I appreciate your time.